5 things WWE subtly told us on SmackDown, WWE's plans for Randy Orton at Royal Rumble, Drew McIntyre urinates on Cody Rhodes' bus after SmackDown, WWE star plans to leave when contract expires, WWE planning Major Wrestlemania push for Liv Morgan, The Rock offered final match at WrestleMania 43, WWE teases Kevin Owens on SmackDown. Let's get started. 5 things WWE subtly told us on SmackDown. The first SmackDown of 2026 didn't just kick off the new year, it sent a message. Between surprise returns, quiet character shifts, and future title plans hiding in plain sight, this episode might have been the strongest SmackDown in months. And WWE didn't say everything out loud, but they didn't have to. Here are 5 subtle things WWE told us on the first SmackDown of 2026. Number 5. Aleister Black may be gone for a while. Aleister Black's war with Damian Priest officially ended in brutal fashion inside an ambulance match, and Black walked away on the losing end. That result felt final. In WWE, losses like that usually signal more than just defeat. They signal disappearance. History tells us that after violent blow-offs like this, superstars quietly vanish from TV. All signs point to Aleister Black being written off television, at least for now. Number 4. Randy Orton isn't turning heel, yet. Randy Orton's return was classic Viper, a sudden appearance and a double RKO to The Miz. But the real moment came afterward. Orton stared down Cody Rhodes and made his intentions clear. He wants the undisputed WWE Championship once Rhodes gets past Drew McIntyre. Many expected Orton to turn heel to kick off this rivalry. Instead, WWE went the opposite direction. A clean challenge, no cheap shots, no manipulation. That strongly suggests Orton stays babyface for now. Number 3. Carmelo Hayes vs. Ilya Dragunov isn't finished. Carmelo Hayes may be the new United States champion, but Ilya Dragunov made one thing clear: he's not done. Their SmackDown interaction all but confirmed it. Dragunov openly challenged Melo's reign and even encouraged him to keep running the US title Open Challenge. Translation: WWE is absolutely circling back to this matchup. A rematch feels inevitable, and when it happens, it could steal the show. Number 2. WWE might be setting up Sami Zayn's dark turn. Sami Zayn's night raised a few eyebrows. First, Trick Williams interrupted him, with Zayn boldly stating that a world title is the one prize still missing from his career. Then came a tense backstage exchange with Cody Rhodes. Put it together and the picture gets interesting. Zayn's hunger is growing, and in WWE, desperation often leads to drastic choices. This could be the early groundwork for a Sami Zayn heel turn, one driven by his obsession with finally becoming world champion. Number 1. Drew McIntyre is walking into another loss. Despite Drew McIntyre gearing up for a brutal 3 stages of hell match against Cody Rhodes next week, SmackDown was already teasing what's next for the champion. Cody vs. Randy Orton, Cody vs. Sami Zayn. That's not accidental. WWE doesn't tease future challengers if a title change is coming. The writing's on the wall. McIntyre is likely losing again, and if that happens, Drew's position at the top of the card could start slipping fast. Drew McIntyre urinates on Cody Rhodes' bus after SmackDown. Drew McIntyre just crossed a line, and he did it when no one was supposed to be watching. After the January 2nd, 2026 episode of SmackDown went off the air, McIntyre took the rivalry with Cody Rhodes off TV and onto social media, posting photos of himself urinating on Cody's tour bus. The move came only hours after McIntyre laid out the brutal stipulations for their upcoming 3 stages of hell match and turned an already heated night into something far more personal. Earlier that night, McIntyre revealed the full structure of their January 9th title clash in Berlin, a traditional singles match, falls count anywhere, a steel cage to finish it. As if that wasn't enough, McIntyre then burned a photo of Cody and Dusty Rhodes in the ring, forcing WWE officials to hold Rhodes back while McIntyre mocked him from a distance. But the post-show stunt may have said the most. By targeting Cody's tour bus, one of the few private spaces a wrestler has, McIntyre made it clear this feud isn't about mind games anymore. With the undisputed WWE Championship on the line next week in Germany, this rivalry has officially moved beyond storyline territory, and there may be no turning back. WWE's plans for Randy Orton at Royal Rumble. Randy Orton is wasting no time, and WWE isn't either. All signs now point to Randy Orton vs. Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble, and behind the scenes, this match is already being labeled a massive moneymaker. According to Andrew Baydala, the bout is locked in and expected to be big business for WWE. That alone tells you everything you need to know about Cody Rhodes' future. With a showdown like that on deck, it's almost guaranteed Cody survives his brutal 3 stages of hell match against Drew McIntyre on the January 9th episode of SmackDown. WWE clearly has its eyes on something bigger. Orton's return on the January 2nd, 2026 episode of SmackDown made that crystal clear. The show opened with The Miz doing what he does best, running his mouth, mocking the Buffalo Bills, and trying to crown himself a locker room leader. Then Orton's music hit, and the mood instantly changed. Miz tried to play peacemaker, pitching a team-up and even suggesting the name Mizco, calling the two of them adults in the ring. Orton didn't say much because he didn't need to. one RKO, then another. As Miz lay motionless, Orton leaned in and quietly wished him a Happy New Year. Now, Orton's path looks inevitable. The Viper is headed straight for the main event spotlight, with Royal Rumble in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia on January 31st shaping up to be his biggest moment yet, and Cody Rhodes standing directly in his way. WWE star plans to leave when contract expires. Tommaso Ciampa's sudden disappearance from WWE TV might not be a coincidence, and it could be a sign of something much bigger. For the past 2 weeks, Ciampa has been nowhere to be found, even as his DIY partner Johnny Gargano continues appearing on SmackDown alongside Candice LeRae. Now, a new report suggests Ciampa's absence lines up perfectly with his WWE contract quietly nearing its end. According to Bodyslam, Ciampa is expected to let his current deal expire, with no plans to re-sign once it's up. The belief is that he intends to finish out his remaining time with WWE and walk away when the contract officially ends. What's still unclear is the reason behind that decision. Ciampa may be eyeing a move elsewhere, or he could simply want time away from wrestling without being tied to a contract. Ciampa was last seen on the December 19th episode of SmackDown, where DIY fell to Ilya Dragunov and Carmelo Hayes. Since then, Gargano has appeared solo, fueling even more speculation about the future of the team. At 38, Ciampa has been one of the defining figures of the Triple H era, especially in NXT, where he cemented his legacy as a two-time champion and one of the brand's most influential stars. Despite reuniting with Gargano on the main roster, his next move remains a mystery, and Ciampa himself has stayed silent. For now, all eyes are on what could be the final chapter of Tommaso Ciampa's WWE run. WWE planning Major Wrestlemania push for Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan is back, and WWE reportedly has big plans for her heading into WrestleMania 42. After quietly getting cleared and working matches on WWE's holiday tour, Liv's full-time TV comeback is right around the corner. But according to WrestleVotes Radio on Fightful Select, this return isn't a small one. Behind the scenes, WWE is reportedly pushing Liv Morgan as a top-level star heading into WrestleMania 42. Sources say there's a strong internal belief that now is the moment to elevate Liv and finally give her a true spotlight on the grandest stage. After years of being placed in multi-woman matches at WrestleMania, the expectation is that she could land a major singles position on the card at Allegiant Stadium this April. If this plays out, it would mark a huge turning point, a comeback fueled by injury recovery, patience, and perfect timing. Whether she punches her ticket through the Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, or another surprise path, the road to WrestleMania is wide open. Fans have been waiting for WWE to pull the trigger on Liv Morgan, and if this report is accurate, that moment may finally be here. The Rock offered final match at WrestleMania 43. The Rock won't be stepping into the ring at WrestleMania 42, but WWE already has its eyes locked on something much bigger. A massive offer is on the table for WrestleMania 43 in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and it could be the final match of The Rock's legendary career. According to Andrew Baydala, WWE and The Rock are actively discussing a return, just not for next year's Mania. The real focus is WrestleMania 43 in 2027, and the hesitation isn't about money or timing, it's about legacy. The Rock knows that if he agrees to this match, it would almost certainly be his last. To shut down speculation before it spirals again, The Rock is not wrestling at this year's WrestleMania. The huge offer being talked about is for Mania 43 in Saudi Arabia, and there's clear reluctance because of what that match would represent: the end. This comes after The Rock's surprise return earlier in 2025, where he played a pivotal role in John Cena's shocking heel turn and WWE Championship victory at Elimination Chamber. But shortly after, he stepped away from the storyline. On the Pat McAfee show, Rock explained why. He made it clear the story was no longer about him. The focus belonged to Cody Rhodes and John Cena, and once Elimination Chamber ended, the final boss was done. Now, with WrestleMania officially heading to Riyadh, WWE appears to be positioning the biggest possible attraction for the global stage. One last match, one last moment, one final run for The Rock. The question is simple: will the final boss return one last time, or walk away for good? WWE teases Kevin Owens on SmackDown. Kevin Owens might be sidelined, but WWE just found a clever way to remind everyone he's still very much part of the conversation. Owens has been one of SmackDown's most consistent stars over the past few years, but he's been out of action since March due to a serious neck injury. This week, though, WWE dropped a subtle but shocking tease that immediately got fans talking. SmackDown opened with The Miz storming to the commentary desk, loudly declaring himself the locker room leader. That claim didn't last long. Randy Orton made his surprise return and shut the moment down fast. Miz quickly changed his tune, calling himself and Orton the locker room leaders together. Then came the line that raised eyebrows. Miz joked about forming a tag team with Orton called Miz KO, a clear nod to Orton's former partnership with Kevin Owens, RKO. The joke didn't land for long. Orton responded with a brutal RKO out of nowhere. Orton and Owens share deep history, having teamed together before Owens' heel turn in late 2024. The two were even scheduled to collide at last year's WrestleMania before Owens' injury derailed everything. While the tease got fans buzzing, Kevin Owens is still recovering and an in-ring return doesn't appear imminent. Still, moments like this prove WWE hasn't forgotten him, and the WWE Universe is more than ready for the day he finally comes back.